Hey Beer Nation, today's episode I'm joined by Mrs. Stoutfire. We're at her place, Mr. Zub's Deli and Bar in Akron, Ohio. We're going to try some hybrids today, a rosé cider ale and a Palesner ale. They're both delish. Mrs. Stoutfire gives us 2 recipes that will satisfy any guest that you may have on your deck this summer. We read from the Beer Bible and so much more. Stay tuned! Warning, what you're about to watch is purely for my own mental well-being. But let's face it, it's some pretty funny stuff. You're about to witness a crazy diva hitting her midlife crisis, and it's all on camera with a little help from her friends. Viewer discretion is not advised. Beer Divas, Beer Divas, Beer Divas, Beer Divas, Beer Divas. Beer Divas, Beer Divas, Beer Divas, Beer Divas, Beer Divas, Beer Divas. Welcome to the Beer Divas show, where wine is dumb and the craft beer world has taken over the dull American beer scene once and for all. I'm your host, Dr. Brewski, and with me is the owner of this wonderful place that we're at today, Zub's Deli and Bar, Mrs. Stoutfire.
Hello, hello.
Sorry, we have some technical issues today, but guess what? The show must go on. We are going to start with my favorite segment of the show, which is
Beer samples.
Beer samples. It's beer review time. Okay, so we are going to start with a cider rosé ale called Bubbles.
From Rhinegeist.
From Rhinegeist. Where is it from?
They are out of Cincinnati.
Out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And the ABV on this, as you can see, you know, it's a rosé color. Looks nice. The ABV on this is 6.2%. Let's sample.
Let's do it.
Here you go.
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers. So right away, it's really, you know, just smelling it, it's really fruity.
Very fruity, but not super sweet.
Not super sweet, so
It's got a nice tart kick.
it's like a tart cherry.
Yes, yeah. Nice and fizzy, effervescent, refreshing.
But it has a dry finish.
Right.
Like it's like almost a hoppy beer where it's like an IPA where it cuts it off, or a Pilsner where it cuts it off. Very dry.
Very dry, yep. Tart and dry.
Tart and dry, yeah. I like it. This is great. It's springtime, summertime warming
I know.
up.
We're sitting here on the patio. There's a nice breeze blowing. The sun is out.
The sun is out. It's beautiful.
So gorgeous, yeah.
It's so gorgeous. And, you know, this is a wonderful, wonderful type of beer / ale / cider. I mean, it's kind of a mixture of all of it.
Yeah, it is. You know, I didn't look it up, but I don't even know if they use apples for this. I think it's mostly like a beer situation.
Anyway, you know, it's just a nice beer / cider / rosé that you can enjoy, you know, summertime, anytime. Right? And drink it all night long. It's not going to bother you. Although you got to watch. All right, Mrs. Stoutfire, what is your rating on Rhinegeist Bubbles?
I'm going to give it a 9.5.
9.5, that's awesome. Cool. And my rating is 9.6. Just a little bit higher. So the audio is going to be a little different here, guys. Sorry, technology's not our friend today. so whatever the show's going on, let's do it. Okay, so the next beer that we're going to be trying is from Platform, and it's Platform is out of Cleveland, Ohio. It's called the New Cleveland Palesner. The ABV on that is 5%, and the name of it kind of says what it's about. It seems like it's between a Pilsner and a Pale Ale.
Right.
So it must be the type of hops, and maybe even the yeast that they're using, but it's probably the hops.
Right. So the cool thing about Platform is on the back of their can, or the side rather, they do put on there like tons of information. They list the malts, the hops, and the yeast, as well as the ABV, and the IBU, and then they also list the Plato units, which I had to look up. I wasn't sure, but it's kind of like the amount of sugar that's in there, the sucrose.
So how much sweetness it takes on there.
Yeah.
What was it? The Plato was what?
It is 13.
Okay, so we'll have to look up and see what that is on the scale. But yeah, so okay.
We're learning together.
We're learning what Plato is. Plato.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so right away I'm smelling hops.
I didn't even smell it.
She may not. She just goes right into it. I'm a little more sophisticated, Mrs. Stoutfire.
Sorry.
But it's very light. To me, it does not taste or it does not smell like a typical like IPA where it's real hoppy.
It smells like a pale, like
A pale ale or a Pilsner.
Pilsner,
Definitely.
yeah.
Okay, let's try it. Outstanding. Total, I get the Pilsner all the way.
for sure.
I don't think pale ale at all. Pale ale's a little bit
I think I get it
fruitier, maybe, like a little sweeter. Where I think a Pilsner's a little harsher. This is a good, whatever it is, they've taken the best parts of both and they put it together.
I almost kind of get the bitterness at the very end, in the back, and I don't know if it's just my taste, but I kind of feel like I'm getting like a little lemon.
I get a little lemon, absolutely.
It's like almost like the pith of the lemon, like
Yep.
not the sour part, but like the bitter part.
A little bit of bitterness, and the finish is very smooth though. It does kind of stay a little bit.
Right.
Where the rosé, the bubbles, was a very dry finish. This is not dry at all.
It's hanging around. It's hanging around.
And I know a typical Pilsner is very dry too, and kind of cuts you off. But this doesn't. It's very smooth. I like it.
Yes.
Definitely like a little bit hazy, kind of a caramely, light caramely color, straw almost color. I know. I'm a little.
It's like the bifocals of sunglasses. Like, what color is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little darker. I like it.
Of course, there's like the loudest car engine. At the stoplight right now on the patio.
You know, I can't get this sound right. I need lessons from a sound engineer or something. But you know what? I'll get it. Next time I'm just bringing my little plug in. Sometimes 1985 stuff is better than the wireless stuff.
I get ones with like the big box, the same Beer Divas, and the big phony, like the big phone.
I'll just hold the microphone like this.
Or like the Donahue ones that are like on the long
Yes,
stick.
and then I'll hold it down here. Hello.
We might need to start wearing suit jackets and we get like ESPN.
I love it. Let's do it. Okay, so Platform Palesner, New Cleveland Palesner. What is your rating?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go 6.5 on this.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
I like it, but
you want something with more flavor?
I don't know. I think that for me, like it's great that when I first take the first few sips, I like it. But I don't like how that bitterness hangs on my tongue.
Okay.
Because I'm not a big bitter person. Like I'm a bitter person sometimes. I don't
Maybe
like it
personality.
I don't like it in my beer.
She doesn't like bitter in her beer, right? She's bitter free in the beer department.
Yeah, this is one that I would probably just have like a pint of and then move on to something that I
If
fall
it was
back
free,
on.
you would drink it.
Oh, yes, girl.
Okay. At least we got that. At least we got that. Okay, so my rating for the Platform Palesner is 8.6. I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it. I think it's up there. Like, I would drink this. And I'm not a bitter person either, but I do like a good Pilsner. I do like a good, like, Marzen kind of, you know, amberish kind of thing with some flavor. And I think this balances out the bitterness and the dryness of a regular Pilsner. I think it does a nice job. Yeah, I rate it higher. Okay, stay with us because Mrs. Stoutfire is going to show us her recipe for the Bubble Mosa. Stay tuned. Alright, right now we're going to mix up the Bubble Mimosa for Mrs. Stoutfire.
All right, so right here I have, this is probably about 9 ounces or so.
Yeah! Get that motor running.
Next is gonna be the ambulances and the fire trucks rolling by, right?
Woo! Fire! Fire in the hole!
Oh my goodness. Okay, so here I'm using a wine glass just because it looks pretty, but
Yeah.
you could just pour this in any regular pint glass if you wanted to. I have probably here about, if you're making it for yourself, you might want to split a can like half and half. Pour a little in your glass. It doesn't have to be a precise measurement. Kind of just, do you want to go back inside and make yourself another drink soon?
Are you cooking? Are you cooking and you want another one?
How fast are you drinking? So, or you could pour the whole can in, and basically this is super, super simple. You could also make this in a pitcher for crowd. So what you can do, so regular mimosa is sparkling wine or champagne and orange juice. I like my mimosas with pineapple juice or grapefruit juice. You really can mix in, you can get really crazy. You can use any fruit juice, mango, there's all, you know, even like banana juice in a mimosa is delicious. So all you do is mix in how much juice you like. If you want it juicier, put more. If you want it more for like color and a dash of flavor, add less.
Okay.
That's it. So I'm just gonna put a little in here. I like it with just a hair of juice. I kind of like it for the color and a dash of flavor. And then a little garnish goes a long way. Like one thing I learned bartending for way too many years, I'm not gonna date myself here.
For the last couple of years.
So putting a garnish on your drinks is one simple way to make something like a beer cocktail look really fancy. There you go.
So you've got bubbles and you've got a little bit of your favorite juice.
And if you're not like a bartender or you're an at-home entertainer, this is super simple because you can't mess it up. The bubbles has a great flavor, and any juice you pick that you like or you think is gonna go well with the bubbles, super versatile, no measuring involved, and you have a great cocktail, like in an instant.
And now Mrs. Stoutfire is going to take the Bubble Mosa one step further to create a bubble grilla.
All right, so this is another cocktail. If you're not a bartender and you're having people over, this goes great in a pitcher. You can dump, because obviously you don't have a draft system in your house like we do at the bar here. So you can take a couple cans, pour it in a pitcher. I'm just using a glass right now, just to keep it simple. Put your bubbles in there. You can take, again, a little bit of your juice, any kind of citrus juice. You could even just squeeze a couple lemons or limes in there. I'm just gonna use the grapefruit juice because I have it here, but again, you can put pineapple juice, orange juice, and just a little dab in there of that. And then you could make either a red sangria or a white sangria. Red wine, white wine. And you just pour a little bit of that in there. color, flavor, you can even take a little sip, see what you like. I'm just gonna use the red this time, but you can always do it white, make it lighter, throw some peaches in there, some frozen fresh, not frozen, fresh fruit. That's what's fresh.
But fresh fruit, yeah.
Fresh fruit or frozen fruit, that helps keep it cold if you're like are outside, if you have frozen fruit, strawberries, whatever in there.
Yeah. Wow.
And then, garnish.
Garnish and make it look fancy.
It looks pretty. Just like that, and then you have yourself a super easy, no measuring beer cocktail.
I love it. Wouldn't you like to know?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Wouldn't you like to know? All right, so we're back, and we are going to try both of those cocktails that Mrs. Stoutfire brought to us today. And you've got the bubbles and the grapefruit juice, or use, like we said, use any type of juice that you want, which is the bubble mosa. And then to kick it up one more notch, we've got the bubble gria.
Yep.
All right, let's try them.
Start with the mosa. Beer mosa.
Go for it.
So I know, for the Beer Divas, in your tag in the beginning, wine is out.
Right.
But we can't always accommodate everyone. When you're having a party, we might have people that don't like beer, or they don't like dry tasting things. They want something sweet. So this is the way.
But not too sweet.
But not
Because some
too sweet.
people, if they're real sophisticated wine aficionados,
Right.
they're more of the Cabernets
Right.
and the Merlots, and I want to taste wood in my drink.
Well, and the fizziness of beer too makes things super interchangeable. So you can force your wine drinking friends to drink beer by putting like an ounce of wine in there and calling it sangria.
So you can still be a beer diva and drink a little bit of wine for all those little rich snobs that you have in your friends, right? Cheers. Take this off.
So yeah, you get a little bit of that grapefruit juice in there.
I love it.
And the bubbles, it just kind of adds that extra layer of flavor. It's fizzy.
I think it kicks it up even more because you already get that tart cherry, and now you're throwing in another layer of the fruit.
Exactly.
Love the grapefruit.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, and the grapefruit, I feel like with even some of your really basic beers, throwing a little grapefruit juice, because grapefruit juice is sweet, obviously, but it always has that little tiny bitterness of grapefruit. So it can add a lot of flavor to even like a very basic lager.
I don't think that necessarily an orange juice would do this justice, because I think the orange juice would be too sweet, and I think it would overpower that tartness. So if you do like something a little sweeter, maybe add like maybe a Sprite or some kind of lemon lime type of thing, but stay away from the orange juice. I think it would destroy this.
I agree. Yeah.
I like the grapefruit because it's already a little tart. You've got the tart cherry of the bubbles. I think it works well together. You're so good, Mrs. Stoutfire. I'm enjoying it.
I try. So refreshing.
So refreshing.
Some chips and salsa.
We need to play some cornhole. That's what we need. I can film us. We need to do that.
Yeah, the banging you hear in the background is because we're on the patio of my bar, Mr. Tubbs, in Highland Square, Akron, and everyone's enjoying this weather, playing cornhole on the patio.
I know, and my microphones are busted, so you're hearing all the background noise. But I promise I will get the sound right at some point.
Yeah, if you haven't been to your local bar in a while, you can kind of feel like you're here with us.
Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. We're sitting here. There's probably maybe 20 people outside.
Socially distanced.
There's no
one around us.
I think they're scared of us for having our diva gear on, but so fun. I am glad that the boys are gone and you and I are hanging out here at Mr. Zub's. I can't wait to do this again. Okay, so I want to try this guy, this other guy, but you know what?
We got extra cups. They're mismatched. But
I'll take the plastic because I'm not very fancy.
so yeah, this
Keeps it cold. Cheers. To me, a lot more winey.
Yeah.
I probably would just do the first cocktail more.
Yeah.
But for you wine lovers, this is like you would make your husband happy with the beer, and if you're more of the wine inclined, this is your gift.
Yeah, the Pinot Noir that I used in this is not too sweet, not too dry, and I feel like it really, really pushes that dry tart cherry of the bubbles.
I can totally taste the tart cherry still, but it takes away the dryness of it.
I feel like it's drying my tongue out more. But maybe I've had too many.
No, I think it's not as bad as doing the bubbles by itself.
I feel like the wine does take a little bit of fizziness away from it. Like, I don't feel like it's like as effervescent.
Yeah, that's right. It kind of evens it out. So, definitely be careful with the amount of wine that you put in because it can overpower the tart cherry of the bubbles.
Right.
Because the bubbles is light.
Right.
So you have to pick, the type of wine, especially a red one, that is not too heavy.
Right. Pinot Noir is good for that.
Yeah, I like it. It's
cheaper
nice.
side Pinot Noirs are great for mixing in for sangria because it doesn't have some of those super strong, big, bold Cabernet flavors or anything like that.
Yeah.
And a little dab will do you. Like, you want your focal point to be the bubbles. So you're just mixing in layers of flavor here.
Love it. All right, stay with us, and Mrs. Stoutfire is going to talk and read about the Beer Bible. Stay with us. All right, we're back with the Beer Bible. We are going to talk about Jeff Alworth's Bible here, which of course is what we are all about. And let's learn about something. Go ahead, Mrs. Stoutfire. I'm going to drink beer while you go for it.
I didn't even pick anything yet.
I'm cracking open my platform. Ooh,
all right. So I'm going to read just a little paragraph out of Jeff Alworth's Beer Bible. And actually, I've seen this book before, so I've been kind of fingering through this and looking at some of the stuff in here. So we've all had bad beers. We've all had bad beers. So this is all bad beers are alike. With apologies to Leo Tolstoy, all good beers are good in their own way. All bad beers are alike. Truly exceptional beer is always distinguished by the ineffable singularity. The pieces come together in a way that delights and surprises us. Bad beers are just the opposite. They bludgeon us either with banality or off flavors. Some bad beers have objective flaws of process or infection, while others fail because of sloppy execution or a faulty recipe. Unfortunately, bad beers are not rare. Perhaps a third of all commercially brewed beers qualify. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people there's so many craft breweries right now. Motorcycle.
Dance break.
Dance break. But yeah, there's so many craft breweries popping up, and I feel like
not all craft brews are equal.
They're not equal, and even some great breweries have some failures.
I think they're trying to distinguish themselves, so that means you have to experiment, right?
Right.
But that doesn't mean your experiment's going to be successful, especially commercially. Exactly. It's not like you're home brewing.
Right.
And it's like, Uncle Joe, he'll drink anything. Okay, he'll just finish it up, right? I mean, these people, they put,
it's a ton of science.
Employees, and, they have to sell, they have distribution, all of that.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting.
It's true.
There's a lot of bad beer out there.
A lot of bad beer. We're going to try to get some of the distributors that serve your bar. Mr. Zuz, make sure you come out and check it out here in Akron in Highland Square. It's beautiful. They've got this huge patio. Come out and support these guys because, as the economy is opening up, we got to get these guys packed. We got to make up for some lost time and money. Mrs. Stoutfire needs a new pair of shoes.
Or sunglasses.
Or sunglasses, that's right. So that's it for the show today. Thank you so much, Miss Stoutfire, for hosting us at Mr. Zub's Deli and Bar here in Highland Square, Akron, Ohio. Make sure you check those guys out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell notification so you don't miss anything. Hey, what's your favorite beer? Drop it in the comments below. Remember, don't worry, be high.